318 to 348.
Okay.
These niggas on life support. What that was it though? What that was it on top?
God.
Good luck, boy.
Okay, good luck.
Good
Oh,
luck.
shit, what's my God?
Zion Road on that. Mount Zion Road. The nigga was not at the bottom. She been telling me that ESPN got bomb on me because we blowing nigga down. Too. A long child with heart, you know what I'm saying? Heart broken kid shit.
I got ill out in 17.
Get what?
I refer young nigga with slime.
This shit is in blood. We wrote this shit in
I
blood.
probably had it before slime.
And we also wrote it on nigga too.
Where your tattoos at?
Stop it right here, then we can show you the picture of slat written over Mr. Thomas's tombstone. Additionally, there's a section where Mr. Lee says, "We have more stuff than you," and then he says, "The only thing y'all have more than us is dead niggas." So that's another portion that
Deadness?
dead and words, dead and words.
Oh, okay. All right, so you would then propose to play those two portions, because the rest of it before then,
And there's one more portion that has Mr.
oh,
Darius
this-
Ford.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying that Donovan Thomas's mother had slat engraved on her son's tombstone.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I got you now.
Okay.
It's graffiti over his
Yes,
tombstone.
Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right, so, but the previous portions that are just, oh, it's this person and that person, the other person, we already know all of that, right? So it would just be these two portions?
And then one last portion, Your Honor, that I don't think associates Mr. Lee with Darius Ford, who was killed, is in this video as well. And that's a small portion at 9:08 to 9:11.
You're going to show that, or?
Yes. I can
Okay,
show it to you.
so it's going to be the 318 to 346 and potentially 908 to 911.
And then the portion I said where he says the only thing they have more is dead N words, which
Okay.
is 054 to 133.
054 to 133.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
No. Don't look
like 50. Hey,
Crazy. We can pause right there. That's Mr. Ford, Your Honor.
Okay.
And that's it.
I'll hear from the defense on those three portions.
So, regarding the graffiti,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it seems to me like this is something that would be asked of Mr. Lee. And then if he, potentially this could be impeachment, but I don't know why the out of court statement in and of itself would be admissible.
Okay, so can y'all just ask him, during the filming of some video, did you say?
You're right. I think it is important for the jury to see the context in which he made this statement. This is not just a, hey, did you say this? They were literally talking about YSL, slime. He's showing his every slime play nasty. ESPN, we believe, is every slime play nasty tattoos. And then in the course of that, literally brags about putting something on someone's tombstone, Your Honor. Me asking him does not give the jury any of the context around how he said it, when he said it, and the fact of the matter is the smugness of what he says about it.
The what?
Why he says it, and
No, I heard just the last part.
the smugness
The smugness
of
with
how
which
he says
it.
that. And I think that that is important when this enterprise is claiming to not have killed Mr. Thomas, and it is the state's theory that this enterprise were the ones responsible for Mr. Thomas's death, and essentially even after his death, bragged about it in songs, in music, and in videos such as this.
All right, I'm going to permit that. Yes. All right, if that's the only issue, then those other two portions are admitted without objection, and we can go ahead and get Mr. Lee and the jury back in. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Ms. Hilton. That exhibit is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Permission to publish
You
State's
may.
Exhibit 45NN.
Yo, where y'all nigga from? Where y'all nigga from? Ain't heard about y'all nigga. I'm good. Where you from, nigga? You from where? Let me call these folk real fast. Don't know nothing about you, sir. Look inside my eye, this ain't no cap or no facade. Where I'm from, them young niggas go down, feel a ride. Where I'm from, don't care about where you from, fuck your squad. Familiar with the paper, we some bad boys. Where you from, throw your shit. 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 Where you from, throw that shit. Where you from, throw your shit. Where you from, throw your shit. Where you from, throw your shit. Where you from? I'm from Blake. Throw your setup. I said, see where I'm from. These hoes be the setup. But where I'm from, nigga talk too much, then get wet up. And where I'm from, we told drunk, we don't let up. Damn, where I'm from, the slime underrated shit, the most hated. Ops hated, cause we getting this paper and we ducking cases. Bitches fakers, we done dogged them all, now they switching in trade. The city break, 7.62, I'm a rock crew there, baby. 7.62, I'm a rock crew there, baby. How the hell boo rat, little nigga, where the statement? Still shiny, he the one that had them running with that cannon. Niggas clicking up like bitches, watch that acting, yeah. Look inside my eye, this ain't no cap or no facade. Where I'm from, them young niggas go down, feel a ride. Where I'm from, don't care about where you from, fuck your squad. Familiar with the paper, we some bad boys. Where you from, throw your shit. 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 Where you from, throw that shit. Where you from, throw your shit. Where you from, throw your shit. Where you from, throw your shit. ATLANTAGA, that's where I'm from. South Atlanta, where I stay, aka the slum. I'ma rock that crew, thug and boo, you know the song. They know about tick, they know about Nick, you think you slick, spit his tongue. Tongue still walking, poked out down the road with them folks, he still walking. Still on the block with block life very often. Who the jacket out, he wear life, now he boss. Everything was slime, still. I'm slime. Ain't shit changed, nigga, shit still, nigga. Slime. Only the guys, only the bros, only the slime fucking your hoe, you know. Only the guys. Inside my eye, this ain't no cap or no facade. Where I'm from, them young niggas go down, feel a ride. Where I'm from, don't care about where you from, fuck your squad. Familiar with the paper, we some bad boys. Where you from, throw your shit. 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 Where you from, throw that shit. Where you from, throw your shit. Where you from, throw your shit. Where you from, throw your shit. You know. There's people on that snake, man. Free the guys, you know, free to roll down the road. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
We're going to end it at 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Just a few questions. Where was that video, like portions that was at a gas station? Where was that gas station located?
well, right here,
Yes.
on Cleveland.
Okay. Do you know the address on Cleveland, where it is?
No.
Let me ask you, is this the gas station that is across from the old McDonald's?
It might be the Chevron. I don't know which one it is.
Okay. Now, in that song, you talk about the ops. Who would you consider to be the ops of YSL?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Somebody in the song. I mean, in the song, I don't know who I was talking about. It's just something cool to use or say in your song.
What about outside of the song? You said that YSL is a gang the last time we talked. Who would be considered the ops of YSL, the gang?
I guess whoever say they is.
Who would you consider to be some of the ops of YSL, the gang?
Nobody.
Nobody. Okay. Do you consider YFN Lucci an op of YSL?
I don't consider him up a YSL.
Within Instagram, have you ever talked about Lucci specifically with other individuals of YSL?
Yes.
And have you talked about him in a positive way, a negative way? What do you think?
Maybe clowning.
You clowned him?
Yeah, or laughing at something.
Okay. Do you recall ever speaking with Mr. Garlington about YFN Lucci specifically?
Yeah, it was a post on Instagram that was funny.
Do you ever recall speaking to Mr. Garlington in a direct message about YFN Lucci?
About a post that was made on Instagram, yes.
Okay. And do you recall what your conversation was with him, with Mr. Garlington?
Nah, I don't remember it by heart.
And Your Honor, while Mr. Shar is looking at that.
I have a specific objection to my legal approach.
Mr. Shar. You have permission to approach? Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Lee, I'm going to show you what's been marked as 69 NN. And looking at 69 NN on the first page, page 1296, I want to direct you towards the bottom of the page. Do you see a message between yourself and an individual Scarface, spelled SXAR_FAXE?
Yes. Yeah.
And looking at the bottom of that page, do you see a conversation in which Scarface sends you a message that says, "On God, what them N-words must done." They said something crazy. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And is that message on February 19th, 2019?
Yeah.
Okay. And then do you see something where you respond to him and say that N-word Lucci and some N-words said something about don't say slat because they rats?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And is that also on February 19th, 2019?
Yeah.
Right. And then does Scarface respond to you on the same day and say, F them boys, I'll have to talk to you in person?
Yeah.
And then on the second page, do you respond, say no more slime?
Yeah.
All right. And is that you talking about YFN Lucci?
I think, I don't know, because I don't remember the post, but I think so. I mean, I don't know who else that could be.
Okay. All right. Now, have you had the occasion to be in a video of a rap song with Mr. Shannon Stillwell?
You said, did I do a video with him?
Have you been in a video with him with one of his songs?
I think so. I don't know if it was his song, but yeah, he was on there.
Okay. And have you had the opportunity to look at that video in preparation for your testimony?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 47NN. Is that the video with Mr. Stillwell that you are also in the video?
On the CD you just gave me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Your Honor, this time the state would like to tender State's Exhibit 47NN into evidence.
All right, that's admitted, subject to the continuing objection.
And I ain't fucking no pack, I'm trying to rob him. And I keep a stick, ain't no avoiding no smoke. Drop top, coupe, looking for who? Let it bang when you feel it's safe for you. But you flipped in the shit, I'm on road day, yo. I'm that slime they always talk about. Hash they never touching them. I just beat a murder rep. Pay my lawyer 30 for that. And my slime's a butter law. Ain't want no quit off. So now we open the door for y'all young nigga, wait for these bodies off. Then I wipe your nose in your family face and just slide it off.
Now, on the side of that video, on the caption, do you see where it says OG.bull slat talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Is slat a word that is used by members of YSL?
Slap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does slat mean?
Your Honor, if we're going to publish this, I'm going to ask if there's a way we could move that box so that the jurors could fully.
I can't see what you're seeing on that screen, but if it's one of those gray boxes that seems to float a lot of times, can y'all do something about that?
We can't,
I can't even see what it looks like.
it's the podium screen, but I don't think it fixed. I don't think it fixed the other cameras.
Well, this is the one the jury sees.
Right, it's still,
Is it on that
Yeah.
one?
we're good. Thank you, Mr. Field.
Fixed?
Yes.
Okay,
fixed.
great.
Blurry, but fixed. What does slat mean?
It's just a word to use, like lingo.
Okay.
Slat.
And does slat have a
Anything.
specific?
It can mean anything you want. I mean, however you want to use it.
Does slats mean slime love all the time?
If you want to use it in that way, you can, but it's up to however you want to use it.
Have you used that to mean slime love all the time?
Not that I can remember. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you recall taking a plea in this case?
Yes.
And do you recall filling out some documentation when you took the plea in this case?
Yes.
All right. And in that documentation, was there a definition of what SLAP means?
I don't remember by heart.
Okay. Will taking a look at a copy of your plea agreement help refresh your memory as to whether or not there was a definition of what slime love all the time means?
No, I didn't say that wasn't a definition. I'm just saying, like, you asked me what do it mean. I'm telling you, it can mean whatever you want it to mean, however you want to use it.
So just so I'm clear though, is that one of the ways you can use it?
Yeah.
Now, in that video, where was that video filmed?
Can you put it back up here? I wasn't even paying attention.
Sure. In looking at that freeze frame, are you able to tell where that video was filmed?
I can't really see the background, but I just know it's outside.
Okay. Does that look like the same gas station where your video was filmed?
I don't remember. That's why I asked, can you play it again? But it might be. I don't know.
Okay. We'll play a few seconds of it.
And I ain't sucking no pack, I'm trying to rob him. And I keep a stick, ain't no avoiding no smoke.
Yeah, that's like a gas station.
The same gas station where your video was filmed?
It might be. I don't know.
Okay. And in that video, do you see Miles Farley?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you also see Mr. Quamarvius Nichols in that video?
I don't know. I don't know. If he was, I wasn't paying attention.
And in that video, is Mr. Stillwell wearing a YSL chain?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And to your knowledge, do you know if Mr. Stillwell was ever signed to YSL, the record label?
I don't know. I know he was trying to get signed.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, a few years ago, did you have the occasion to be present at a hearing involving Mr. Rodalius Ryan and Damone Blaylock?
Yes.
And were you present in that hearing to support Mr. Ryan and Mr. Blaylock?
Yes.
Okay. At some point during the course of that hearing, did you ever send a brain emoji or a rat emoji to a young lady by the name of R. Smith?
Can you repeat that? Somebody
Sure.
would cough.
So, at some point during the course of that hearing, did you ever send a brain emoji and a rat emoji to a young lady by the name of R. Smith?
Think so, yeah.
Excuse me, M. Smith. Sorry. What was your purpose of sending a rat emoji?
Because she was lying.
And why did you send her a brain emoji?
Because she was lying, and I just didn't know what was wrong with her brain.
Did you make any postings about Mr. Ryan after that hearing? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. And Your Honor, I think we need to approach just very briefly.
All right.
Now, in the picture that you posted, do you remember the words that you said? Just generally, do you remember the
Picture.
words that you said?
What picture?
I believe I asked you after that hearing, did you post Mr. Ryan on social media?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And do you recall that post?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall the words that you said in the post?
Yeah.
All right. Specifically, I'm going to ask you about a portion that says, I'm sorry we made you thug early. Excuse me. P.S. I'm sorry we made you thug early, little thug. Do you recall posting that?
Yes.
Okay. What made you post that?
I was listening to a song and it reminded me of his situation. That's the lyrics to a song, Lil Boosie's song.
Okay. And what specifically about we made you thug reminded you of Mr. Ryan?
Like in the song, he referenced to himself as how the streets or your environment can take a childhood away from a kid, whether you're guilty or innocent or whatever the situation is. And I just felt like that related to his situation, that he had to grow up in the streets, and streets can strip a child of a childhood.
All right. Permission to approach, Your Honor.
You may.
And showing you what's been marked as 44 NN, is this the post that you made?
Yes.
All right. And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the post that you made? Does it look like the post?
Oh,
that you
yeah.
made? All right. Your Honor, this time the state would like to tender 44 NN into evidence.
Subject to prior objections.
All right. Can y'all approach, please? And we're going to take a quick bathroom break while we discuss this next thing. Sure. We'll just probably take her after lunch. We'll just get through Mr. Lee and then break for lunch.
Thank you. We appreciate that,
All right.
Shauna.
All right, let's get the jury, please. Thank you. Y'all can be seated. And states 44, the picture is admitted. Go ahead, Ms. Hilton.
Thank you. May we publish 44N?
Okay.
Now, is that the picture of the post that you made?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a few moments ago, we talked about you sending the witness a rat emoji and a brain emoji. Have you heard of the term snitching?
Have I heard the term?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Of course.
And what does snitching mean?
Telling on somebody or lying on somebody to make them go down for something.
And have you seen the rat emoji associated with snitching, or rat? That's a rat associated with snitching.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with a location called The Web in the Cleveland Avenue area?
I'm familiar with hearing the term, hearing the word, yeah.
And what is The Web?
It could be like wherever you decide to go chill at.
Well, I'm talking specifically, are you familiar with a specific location in the Cleveland Avenue area called The Web?
It's multiple places called the web.
Are they all in the Cleveland Avenue area?
No.
Okay, so I'm talking specific about Cleveland Avenue. Do you have a place in Cleveland Avenue that you are familiar with called The Web?
Yes.
Okay, where is it located?
The park,
When you say the park, what do you mean?
Cleveland Avenue Park.
Okay. Are you familiar with a home that is called The Web in Cleveland Avenue?
Yeah, I heard somebody say that before.
Have you ever been to The Web?
Not that I can remember. I don't think so.
Do you know what street it is on?
On Cleveland.
Now, as an artist, do you all sometimes do vlog videos or vlog videos?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe to the jury what is a vlog video?
Just a video that you make. I mean,
What happened?
A vlog is just a video.
And what normally is happening in the video?
People talking or doing stuff. I don't know. Whatever you want to do in the vlog video.
Have you had the occasion to do a vlog video titled "A Night with 4L and YSL"?
I know the video that you're talking about, but it's not my vlog video.
Are you in the vlog video?
Yes.
At portions, do you talk to the camera in that video?
Yes.
At portions, do you take the actual camera and start filming other people in the video?
Yeah.
All right. What is 4L?
For life.
Is 4L also a group?
It can be if you want it to be, but it's basically anybody can use it. Like,
have you had an opportunity to look at that video prior to your testimony today?
can't say that again.
Have you had the opportunity to look at that video prior to your testimony today?
I think, yeah.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 46 and N. Is that the video that we are referencing?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the title of it, I think.
Your Honor, this time the state would like to admit 46 and N and publish the relevant portions.
All right, that's admitted.
First, we're going to start at 9:08 seconds into the video.
Crazy, man.
And we're going to pause. The individual with the white shirt with the cup in his hand, who is that?
You said with the what in his hand?
The white shirt and the cup in his hand.
Look like Big.
Do you know Big's real name?
Darius.
All right. And the person with the pink hat, who is that?
I can't see their face that good. It look like R5.
R5?
Yeah.
Do you know his real name?
No.
Okay. All right. Now I want to show you, starting at 54 seconds to 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Y'all know we in tour. You better keep your distance. Don't come to no club. Don't come outside. Don't do shit. Stay your ass in your mama house. Baby, in your mama basement. Making beats and shit.
Now, first things first, is that you?
Right there. Yeah.
Okay. And that's you speaking, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Out the house. Hey, look though. You niggas soft as fuck. You niggas pussy. I got more money than you nigga ass. More you nigga ass. More brr than you nigga ass. More whatever. I don't think y'all nigga got more than us. Is dead niggas.
This in your video? Yeah.
You niggas got more dead niggas. Than us. Hey, I don't think these niggas got more than us is dead niggas.
And we'll pause right there. Is that you when you said the only thing that they have more of us is dead in words?
You said, was that me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now lastly, I'm going to show you 3 minutes and 18 seconds to 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
What'd you say, 3 minutes on what?
I'm going to show you 3 minutes and 18 seconds to 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
What that was it on? What that was it on top?
God.
Good luck, boy.
I said good luck.
Good
Oh
luck.
shit, what's my God?
Zion Road on that. Mount Zion Road, you nigga was not at the bottom. Shit been telling on me. That ESPN got bomb on me because we blowing nigga down. Too. A long child with heart, you know what I'm saying? Heartbroken kid shit.
I got ill out in 13.
Get what?
I refer young nigga with
This
son.
shit.
And I'm going to pause right here for a quick second. You said that you had ESPN tattooed on you. What does ESPN mean?
It don't, I don't know.
Have you ever heard every slime play nasty?
Yeah.
Is that one of the meanings of ESPN?
I guess if you want it to be.
Have you ever used ESPN to mean every slime play nasty?
Not that I can recall. I don't remember.
Okay. When you tattooed that on your body, did you tattoo it to mean anything specific?
I seen somebody with it first and it looked cool and I got it.
Are there other members of YSL that have that ESPN tattoo?
I don't know. It's in blood. We wrote this shit in
I
blood.
probably had it before slime.
And we also wrote it on niggas' tombstone.
Where your tattoos at?
And did you say we wrote that shit on blood? We also wrote that shit on a nigga tombstone?
ESPN.
No, we'll go back. You can tell me what you were referencing.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, you just said what?
What you said?
Okay, let's go back. To about 3:38.
Yeah, shit.
I got ill out in 13.
Get what?
I refer young nigga with son.
This shit is in blood. We wrote this shit in
I
blood.
probably had it before slime.
And we also wrote it on niggas' tombstone.
Where your tattoos at?
You said we wrote that shit in blood, and we also wrote that shit on a nigga's tombstone and went like this. Shh.
That would it sound like I said.
All right. I want to show you what's already been admitted as State's Exhibit 4Y. Showing you what's been admitted as 4Y. I want to zoom in. Is that a tombstone?
It looked like it.
Okay. Are you able to see the name of the tombstone? The name on the tombstone?
It say Don. I don't know what the rest of it say, but Thomas Jr.
All right. And do you see the word slat graffitied over his tombstone?
Yes.
All right. And I asked you earlier about the ops. Would Donovan Thomas Jr. be considered an op of YSL?
I don't know. Not that I know of. I don't know.
Court's indulgence for a moment. No further questions.
All right, Mr. Charter, Mr. Weinstein.
Mr. Lee, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm all right.
All right. My name is Max Shard. I represent Shannon Stillwell. Okay, and you know Shannon, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Want to ask you about this, the picture you just saw of the tombstone. You ever see that picture before today?
When they showed it to me, I think.
When who showed it to you?
She showed it to me last week, I think.
She being the prosecutor,
Yeah.
Miss Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and you on that vlog, I think you're calling it a vlog, you made a reference to a tombstone, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and were you referencing Donovan Thomas's tombstone?
No.
Okay. Well, let me just ask you about Donovan Thomas's tombstone, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did you deface Donovan Thomas's tombstone?
No. I actually thought that was I thought somebody just made that. I didn't know somebody actually went there and did that to his real tombstone in real life.
So when you're saying you actually thought that, are you talking about when you made that vlog? You
Nah.
thought that, or?
I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about his tombstone because I was talking about ESPN, and I said we wrote ESPN on the nigga tombstone. I never said we wrote Slat on the nigga tombstone. I ain't hear that in the video. So I wasn't talking about his tombstone.
Okay. So let me just ask you this. You said you personally did not deface any have you defaced any tombstones?
No.
Okay. Have you been present for the defacing of any tombstones?
No.
Okay. Regarding the picture you just saw on the screen of Donovan Thomas's, or the tombstone that said Donovan Thomas, do you personally know who did that?
No.
Okay. Do you know if it was one of your friends that did that?
I think I would know if they did that, but I don't know them doing that.
Do you know if it was another rapper who did that?
No, I never heard nobody. I never found out or heard nobody say they knew who did something like that.
Do you know if it was a fan who did that?
I don't know who did it.
Do you know when it was done?
No.
Okay. Mr. Lee, what is your profession?
Music.
Okay, you're a musical artist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and in common terms, you're a rapper, you're a hip hop artist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you a little bit about your profession, okay? Is that okay? All right. When did you start deciding that maybe you wanted to be a musical artist? What age?
I think when I got out of high school, like 18, probably.
Okay.
Around 18.
Okay. Is that when you started, and how old are you now?
25.
Okay. Is that at age 18, is that when you started rapping and working on your craft, or had you been working on it before?
I mean, I worked on it before, but that's when I took it serious.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about before you started taking it
Okay.
serious. Okay. When did you start writing down lyrics?
8th grade.
8th grade. Okay. Did you, I understand that you, as an 8th grader, you might not have been taking it serious, or as you view serious as now,
All
but
right.
if I asked 8th grade Mr. Mooney Lee what he wants to be, did you want to be a rapper back then?
I think I did. I just didn't have the confidence.
And did you grow up in the Cleveland Avenue area?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you the only person in your class who wanted to be a rapper?
No.
Okay. Did a lot of the young men and women, boys and girls that you went to school with want to be rappers?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a common dream in the neighborhood that you're from?
Yeah. It's almost the only dream.
Okay. Now, 8th grade, we're talking about age 13. Is that fair?
I think so.
Okay, so we got, and you testified that you started taking things serious at age 18. So we got about 5 years between 13 and 18. That were you doing music that entire time?
On and off.
Is that why you say you weren't taking it seriously?
Yeah, like on and off. I was doing music.
When did you start going to studios?
Real studios
Any studios?
towards the 8th grade.
8th grade.
It was
Okay.
a house studio though, like in somebody's house.
Where they have computers set up
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
ability to mix music and record, etc., but not at the level that you get from a commercial studio.
Right, yeah. It was in the closet.
Okay. All right. When you said you started taking it seriously at 18, what changed? What is different between 17 and 18-year-old Mooney Lee as far as his music?
I mean, I was older, so I was able to go to real studios and see bigger things in music. I don't know. And it made me like, I mean, I guess because I was older and I was able to stay out longer or go to studios and stay out late with my friends at the studio. So it made me just like, I mean, I had the time to take it serious. I had the opportunity to take it serious now because I'm 18.
Gotcha. At some point, have you been able to sign a record deal?
Yeah,
Okay. Who do you have a record deal with?
Alamo Records,
And where are they based out of?
New York.
Do they have any sort of affiliation with YSL, the record label? Other than you?
At all? You saying like, I mean, I don't know.
Are they one and the same?
What you mean?
Are they one and the same? Do the people that run YSL record label run Alamo?
No,
Okay. Are they the same people? Do the people that run Alamo run YSL
no.
record label? Okay. All right. And what year did you sign with Alamo?
2018.
Okay.
I was 19.
Okay.
I think that's 2018.
How many albums have you made in your career?
Tapes, I mean, 3.
3. Okay. And when you say 3, how many songs have been released under?
On each one?
Yeah.
Maybe like 12 or 14 on each one. 14 on each one.
Okay. And you rhyme under the name Slime Life Shorty, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Have you had hit songs?
yeah.
Okay. Could you tell me what your most popular songs are?
Don't worry. Don't worry, Baby Boy.
Don't Worry.
Yeah.
Okay. When was that released?
Like 2020 or 2021. One of those years.
Okay.
I think it was 2021.
As a signed artist, do you perform live?
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you perform live?
Whenever I get booked,
How often is that?
like every other weekend.
Okay. And how many people are you performing in front of on average?
I don't even remember the total. I'm just saying it's like whatever the club capacity or the venue capacity is, like that.
Thousands is Is that fair to say?
About thousands, but yeah,
Okay, about 1,000.
yeah, 1,002, maybe, I don't know.
All right. Now let me ask you this: as a signed artist, I'm not talking about when you were starting out. As a signed artist, do you have a team behind you at the record label?
Yeah,
Okay. Do they sign? Do they book your shows for you?
management do that.
Okay. All right. Management does that. How about designing the graphics on your albums and things like that?
Yeah, they do that.
Okay. How about studio time? Who's in charge of booking studio time and paying for studio time?
The label and managers.
Okay. And your social media presence right now, do you have Instagram, Twitter, etc.?
Yeah,
Okay. And what is your moniker on Twitter, for instance? Is it Slime Life Shorty? Are
I
you
don't even know. I don't even run my Twitter. My label and team do that type of stuff.
That was my next question. So as a signed artist, are you responsible for the tweets that you put out?
No,
Are you responsible for the Instagram posts that you put out as a signed artist?
not 100% of them.
Okay. Does your record label utilize social media to garner their artist, you, attention?
Yeah, like they might feel like they know the best things to post or to say.
Is it part of a promotional plan?
Yeah, yeah.
These studio sessions that you're able to have the label book for you now, are those, who pays for those?
The label though.
Okay. And are those typically at night or during the day?
It's really, you asking when do I book studios or when do
Yes.
people book studios?
When do you book studios?
Typically nighttime.
Okay. And just for my education, sometimes when people say, I'm at the Yo or I'm going to the Yo, what is the Yo?
Studio.
Okay. Yo is short for studio. Okay. Now, with what you have going on in the year 2024, with this label behind you, are you able to use your music to provide for your family
Yes.
and your children?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you view your music, your experience in the music industry as a success?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to talk to you a little bit about your efforts to break into the music industry, okay? All right. In those years before you were signed, you said you went to people's houses to record.
Yeah.
Why did you go to people's houses as opposed to the studio?
I didn't have no money to book my own studio.
You didn't have the funds?
Yeah, I didn't have the funds to book a real studio session or my own studio session.
Okay, and when we're talking about booking a studio session, I think I know what you mean, but I want to make sure everyone does. You have to rent the room, correct?
Right.
And then you have to also pay an engineer.
Yeah, you gotta pay the engineer. Yeah, like whatever he charged per hour.
Okay. So back then, when you didn't have those funds, you were recording in people's houses. How about your social media at the time? Alamo wasn't running your social media when you were before you were signed, were they?
No,
Okay. Who was in charge of your social media?
me.
Okay. And did you try to use social media to increase the public's awareness of you as a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me some ways in which you would do that?
I guess my name, Slime Light Shorty.
Okay. Did you use hashtags?
Yeah.
Did you talk about upcoming projects that you had coming out?
Yeah.
Did you include pictures of you at the studio or maybe the home studio working on your craft?
Right. Yeah.
You wanted the people to know that you're on the grind, that you're producing music, correct?
Yeah.
You wanted people to know about you. Okay. Did you include references to YSL
Yes.
in your songs
Yeah.
and in your social media posts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And YSL, of course, is a label that at the time, you're younger than Jeffrey Williams, correct?
Yeah.
At the time when you were trying to make it through, YSL, in fact, had a very popular artist on that record label, correct?
Yeah.
Being Jeffrey Williams performing as Young Thug, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Associating yourself with YSL is in your experience, were you able to bring in fans and potential fans and get them to pay attention to you by doing that, by associating yourself with YSL?
Of course.
Okay. Was that part of your strategy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
When you were just trying to make it, did you release songs on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, like we just saw a song performed by Shannon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and that song was on YouTube, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and it was only, I think, probably about 45 seconds long or something like that, shorter than the usual song, correct?
Right.
Okay, that sort of short song released on YouTube, is that something that before you made it, before you were signed, is that the type of thing that you would release on YouTube to get attention?
Yeah. Videos on YouTube. Yeah.
That vlog, we keep calling it, A Night with YSL. I know that wasn't the label that you gave it. 46NN, it's in evidence. Is that the type of media that you would put on YouTube to garner attention to yourself?
Yeah, rappers do that.
Okay. Do you do that?
I was a part of that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the only vlog you've ever released to the internet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I
So,
never really released no vlog. I mean, like I didn't release it, but I guess like the cameraman, the camera crew that be around or whatever, they release it and name it whatever they want to. But yeah,
but you took part in it.
yeah, yeah.
You willingly took part in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted people to see you on the internet because you thought that would boost your career and the number of people that would potentially buy your music, correct?
Yeah.
So, in your experience as an up-and-coming rapper, songs released to YouTube, that's part of the process, correct?
Yeah.
Blog posts with hashtags that reference YSL or other popular rappers, that's part of the process, correct?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your relationship with my client, Mr. Stillwell. What year did you meet Mr. Stillwell?
Probably 2019, maybe.
Around.
I don't remember by heart.
Okay. You did not know him back 2014, 2015, 2016. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So in 2019, when you met him, would you consider him a friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how often would you see each other back in 2019, 2020?
Whenever he came to the studio or somebody was shooting video or something like that,
Okay.
or a show or something.
So you just named three things: Shannon coming to the studio, someone shooting a video, or at a show? Let's unpack that. First of all, it seems that you're saying that your relationship with Shannon, you were friends, but it revolved around music. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's how we met.
Okay. When you say at a show, whose show would you see him at?
Their show when they performed that song, or my show, or anybody who had a show that was around, they were rapping.
Okay. Music videos. Has he ever been present at any of your music videos?
I think so. I don't know. I can't remember.
Have you been present at his?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, we talked, I think it's fair to say you're signed, and you're at a certain level in your career now in 2024. When you met Shannon in 2019, to your knowledge, was he signed to a record?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Was, to your understanding, was he at that point in the process that you had been years before?
Yeah.
He's trying to make it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get attention,
Yeah.
trying to get eyes on him.
Objection, that is speculation.
Sustained.
You mentioned seeing him at the studio. In that year, 2019, 2020, that time frame, how many days a week would you be in the studio?
Maybe 4 or 5 days out of the week.
Okay. And at that point, these 4 or 5 days of the week, that's Alamo Records paying for your studio time at this point, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what studios would they rent for you?
It was different studios. I don't remember all the names of them though.
Okay. What area towns were they?
Like Atlantic Station, like Northside Drive area. I don't know. Around that area, Northside Drive somewhere.
Northside Drive, Atlantic Station. Were there any around Cleveland Avenue?
It was a studio in Cleveland, but it wasn't labeled. They didn't book it. It was just somebody we knew.
Okay. What about on Fulton Industrial?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you know an individual by name of that goes by Mook Tovin?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, who is Mook? And that's Mooktoven. Who is Mook Tovin?
That's the guy that had the studio on Cleveland Avenue at first. Then he moved around different places.
Is he someone that I guess your record label or an individual would contact to book a studio session?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Miss Knight, could you do me a favor? Could you publish 38NN? Okay. Mr. Lee, I want to talk to you about this post that the state has admitted as 38NN into evidence. Okay, Mr. Stillwell is not in this photo, correct?
All right.
All right. Now, I see you wearing a hoodie and a pair of shorts that say slat and keep America slime. And it has make crossed out and it says keep America slime. Who made those clothes?
Mouse.
Okay, when you say Miles, who's Miles? Miles, is that Miles Farley?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Miles Farley a rapper?
Nah.
He- Does he
He made
does
some.
he want to try to be sometimes?
He tried to be before.
Okay. But the reality is he makes clothes.
Yeah.
That's how he makes a living, correct?
All right.
And he sells these clothes around Atlanta and around the world, correct?
All right.
Okay. And these particular clothes that you're wearing were in fact made by Miles Farley, correct?
Yeah.
And is Miles Farley a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and does Miles Farley these clothes that he sells, is it limited to only people that are rappers for YSL? Or does he sell it to the public?
He said to anybody who want to buy it.
Okay. And these clothes that you were wearing today, did Miles Farley, or clothes that you were wearing the date that this photo was taken, did Miles Farley give you those clothes to wear?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he ask you to wear them?
I'm pretty sure he probably wanted me to wear it.
And did you wear these clothes to do Miles Farley a favor?
Yeah.
To get his clothing brand out there so more people would buy those clothes,
Right.
and so that he could make a living
Right.
in his lane of this hip hop universe, correct?
Yeah.
Miss Knight, could you do me a favor and publish, where are we? No, excuse me, 39 and N. I'm sorry, 36 and N. I apologize. Okay, let's talk about 36 NN, States Exhibit 36 NN. Who's in that photo?
Me and Shannon.
Okay. And where was this photo taken?
At the studio.
At the studio?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you see the words to the right, the caption?
Yeah.
And this is on OG Bull's page?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, those words, do those words look familiar to you?
Yeah.
And when I say the words, I'm saying F-U-C-K, the other side, put them on TVs about my dogs, going on. Those look familiar to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whose words are those?
And lyrics to my song.
Those are lyrics to a song that you wrote?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the name of the song?
Or the love it.
One more time?
Where's the love?
Okay, and what year was that song released?
It had to be in, I don't know when, but it had to be in 2020, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, it says F the other side. When you wrote those lyrics, or when you performed those lyrics, were you speaking about a specific other side when you wrote that?
Specifically? No. I mean, no. I mean, not nobody in specific.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If you familiar with the term drill?
Yeah.
Rap, and you familiar with the term trap music?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Would you agree that those are categories of hip hop, rap in the year 2024?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's kind of like an updated way of, it makes people that say like gangster rap seem a little old because now there's all these different subdivisions, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this idea of the other side or ops. If I were to go on YouTube and just pull up random songs, random hip hop songs released in 2024, would I see hundreds of rappers talking about their ops?
Objection, speculation.
I don't know what the question's going to be.
Well, let me ask you this. I can fix it. Your
Okay.
Honor. In the year 2024, and even the years before then leading to where we are today, has the concept or the theme of ops, is that a common theme in hip hop?
Objection, thing is a common thing.
If, to his knowledge, I'll permit it.
To your knowledge?
Everybody got ops when they make music.
Right. So rappers, you've seen rappers in Atlanta use the term ops.
And music, yeah.
You've seen rappers in other cities use the term ops.
Yeah.
You've seen rappers in London, England, or other countries using the term ops, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing unique about the term ops
No, not to me.
in music by YSL or music by Slime Life Shorty or anything else. That's a common theme, correct?
Yeah. You can just use it how you want to use it.
So in this song, where the lyrics are in front of it, and these are up until, where do your lyrics stop on this post?
Where it say dog with 2 exclamation marks.
Not my dog. Okay. So
Right.
from the beginning to the 2 exclamation points, those are your lyrics. So you talk about putting people on TVs about my dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a reference to creating a news report about someone being harmed or killed, right? That's what you're saying as an artist.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever killed anyone?
No.
Okay. Was what you said in that lyric fiction?
Yeah.
Is a lot of your music fiction?
Yes.
So here on this post, we have a picture of you and Shannon at the studio. And Shannon posting lyrics that you wrote, correct?
Yeah.
And that you are telling us now you wrote them as a work of fiction. They're not true, correct?
All right.
All right. Let's talk about hashtag NSLB. That stands for No Slime Left Behind, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was, in fact, a title of one of your albums, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say No Slime Left Behind, why did you choose that as an album for 1 year, or the title for one of your albums?
Because I feel like slime is a popular thing to push in music, I guess.
Okay. The Left Behind part, have you growing up in Cleveland Avenue, have you seen some of your friends left behind?
A lot of them.
Okay. Does that make you feel good that some of your friends have been left behind?
Nope.
Okay. 2Bs. Hashtag 2Bs. What does 2B stand for?
Big business.
Big business?
Yes, sir.
And that's a phrase that you often say to people, correct?
Right.
You personally are synonymous with that phrase, big business. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and what does big business mean to you?
You're doing it big. Whatever you do, do it big. Whatever business you in, make it big, make it count.
And then we see a thanks for an exclusive AWS hat and for this crazy AWS one of none hoodie. Do people, when you're in the studio creating music, do people bring you clothing and just give it to you to market their, much the way Miles Farley does? Is that common?
Yeah.
Is that what Miles Farley does?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Answer that.
Yes.
Is that what he do? Like, give me clothes to wear, give people clothes and stuff like that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes to the studio to hand out those clothes often, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Could I, Miss Knight, could you now kindly put up 37 and okay. Mr. Lee, 37 and that is my client Shannon in the picture, correct?
Yeah.
And in this, it says, ain't none more compatible than a trench, a carbon while in the trenches, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And then afterwards it says, and this was posted September 18th, 2020, correct?
I don't see the date, but I guess.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Does it have the same hashtag, no slime left behind, and
Oh,
two
yeah.
B's?
Yeah.
Okay. And I also see on the bottom, hashtag book in riches on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Book in Riches was a song that Shannon was working on back in 2020, correct?
All right.
One of the songs that he was working on, correct?
Right.
How often would you said that Alamo would book you studio time? How many days a week? If you answered, I'm sorry, I forgot what your answer was. How many days a week would you?
You said how often would they?
Yeah, no. How often would you be in the studio?
About 4 or 5 days out of the week.
Okay. And now, how often would you see? You said you see Shannon at the studio a lot. How often would you see Shannon at your studio sessions?
Maybe half of that time.
Okay. So 2 to 3 times a week, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. And the reality is, Alamo was paying for your studio sessions, but other people could show up at your studio sessions and try to get a little time on the mic with the engineer, correct?
Right.
And try to work on their craft when they didn't necessarily have the resources or the company or the label behind them to support them, correct?
Yeah.
Is that what Shannon was doing?
Yeah.
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Book and Riches is a project that you knew him to be working on?
Yeah, I think it was a project, a tape.
And OTW stands for On the Way, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So back when you were trying to make it, before you had Alamo behind you, you used to make posts on Instagram, correct?
Yeah.
You used to hashtag your projects
Yeah.
and try to let the public know that you're working on something, right?
All right.
And you would want the most views you could for your post, correct?
All right.
You'd want it out there. You'd want it reposted.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where association with Slime and Slat and YSL was able to work for you, correct?
Yeah.
Affiliating yourself musically with YSL led to a whole nother unaffiliated record label signing you to a contract, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because you had been able to demonstrate to them that you had the grassroots following that would make you a wise investment for those people in New York, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And part of growing that grassroots following is the social media posts, the hashtags, the free studio time,
Yeah.
wearing the clothes, correct?
Yeah.
Have you heard other rappers completely unrelated to Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, Jeffrey Williams use the term slime, slat in their raps?
Yeah.
Mr. Lee, you still with me?
Yeah. I said yeah.
Have you seen athletes wipe their nose
Yeah.
to celebrate a sack or a touchdown?
Yeah.
I beg the court's indulgence. I have no further questions. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
All right, Mr. Weinstein, do you have questions? All right, go ahead.
This night, would you put up 38 and then? Good morning, Mr. Lee. I'm Doug Weinstein. I represent Diamante Kendrick. I think you know him as Yak Gotti, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so for you, just for convenience, I'll call him Yak, okay?
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Miss Knight's putting up 38 NN. This is the third time, I guess, you've gotten to see this today. Do you recall where this photograph was taken?
At the studio.
At the studio. And y'all are standing outside the studio because I guess you're on a smoke break. Is that correct? And you can't smoke in the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't smoke cigarettes in the studio.
Say that again?
Yeah, you can't smoke cigarettes in there.
I'm glad you clarified that point. Can't smoke cigarettes in the studio, so you're standing outside. And Yak is right behind you in this picture, right?
Yeah.
And you're wearing your Miles Farley clothing, as we've already established. And most of your interactions with Yak were related to recording in the studio and music. Is that correct?
All right.
Did you guys do a song together?
Yeah.
What was the name of that song? Do you remember?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
I don't think we ever dropped it.
Never dropped it, but you got it on a reel somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, in other words, your relationship with Yak is music oriented, right?
All right.
How many songs altogether do you think you've written before you were 18 and after 18? How many songs you put together?
I don't even know. don't remember.
Over 1,000?
Probably so.
Probably so. And those songs, are all those songs factual?
No.
Are all those songs autobiographical, things that you actually did?
No.
So even though you came up on Cleveland, even though you're a rapper, you have an imagination? Is that correct?
Yeah. Every artist do.
Every artist does, right? You
Yeah.
don't lack an imagination because you're a rapper.
Right.
The vlogs that you go out and shoot, what's the process for that? Can you just explain it a little bit?
I don't even know.
Are you holding the camera at some point?
You saying? Are you talking about in that particular
Just
video?
in general, I'm sorry, you can take that down. I don't want to confuse things.
In general?
In general, like the vlogs, I'd like you to talk about how you do those vlogs.
I guess somebody just record and I don't know, whoever want to get on the camera, just talk or whatever. Talk about your music, talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. And once that's all recorded, who edits that? Do you edit those vlogs?
Nah.
There's some other editor that does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. You have any input into that?
Nah, I didn't even know it was gonna get dropped.
Okay. And, talking about that, there's a lot of people that have input into the vlog, right? But also into your lyrics. Is that correct?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes. So does your producers have input into what goes into those lyrics?
Labels may make suggestions on what you should say or how you should say some stuff or what you should drop or what you should not drop.
Okay. So when we're looking at lyrics that you're singing, you may or may not have written those lyrics, correct?
Yeah.
Even if you have written those lyrics are maybe the product of input from the record label, right?
Yeah.
And there's certain things the record label wants in those lyrics, correct?
Yeah.
There's certain things that are part of the genre of trap music that might be in there, or drill music, correct?
Yeah, it depends on the image that label want to push.
What was the image they were pushing for you?
Slime, I guess.
Slime. Okay. And so there's certain tropes, there's certain things that need to be in there, correct? And the label wants you to have those in there. Well, from your experience, does the label want you to have certain things in those lyrics?
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have no more questions for you. Thank you very much.
Redirect. You may.
Now, Mr. Lee, you talked about being signed to Alamo Records. Are you signed to a subsidiary of Alamo Records?
Can you repeat that?
Yes. Are you signed to a subsidiary of Alamo Records?
What does that mean?
Are you signed to OTF?
No.
Have you ever been signed to OTF?
No.
In one of your pictures, you're wearing an OTF chain. What is that chain for?
I was gifted that chain. I never signed no paperwork with OTL.
Is OTF affiliated with Alamo?
On paper, I don't know, but they have an OTF artist that's signed to them.
Okay. And who is that artist?
Look, oh,
Yes.
Oh, Your Honor, I'll withdraw.
Okay.
Now, with Alamo Records, does Alamo Records have any specific colors that they represent?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
You're currently signed to Alamo, correct?
Yeah, you said colors though, right?
Yeah, do they have any colors, specific colors?
Like in the office, what they wear, or what the artist should wear.
Do they have any colors specific to Alamo Records?
I think orange.
Okay. Do you have any hand signs specific to Alamo Records?
I don't know. Maybe an A sign.
Okay.
I don't know.
Does Alamo Records have any words like slat or slime related to their record label?
I think they just say Alamo.
Now, you were asked some questions on cross-examinations about your managers kind of running your social media and things of that nature. Do your managers run your direct messages to other YSL members?
Not that I know of, no.
So when you have the direct messages, is that you responding back and forth to individuals?
To people I know,
Yes.
probably so.
They talk, I think you were asked questions about managers kind of promoting your identity or who you're trying to be on social media. Do your managers control the words that come out of your mouth?
Not the words come out my mouth, but they control the what is it called? When you upload something, the captions.
Okay, but not the words that come out your mouth.
No.
You were asked about using YSL to gain notoriety. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you recall when you and I first started talking, probably a week and a half ago, that you said that you actually became affiliated with YSL because your music was already popping and they noticed it?
I said that's how I became an affiliate of, being around YSL, yeah.
So if your music came first, how is it that you were hashtagging YSL to gain more notoriety?
Because that's who I wanted to be signed to.
And you still aren't signed to them, correct?
No.
And you still represent YSL, is that fair?
I guess.
Is Miles Farley, excuse me, let me ask you this. How often have you been around Miles Farley?
All my life.
Okay. And are you aware if he has a tattoo on the back of his neck that is ESPN
I don't know.
in big red letters?
I don't know. I don't remember if he do or not.
And is Miles Farley a member of YSL, to your knowledge?
If he say he is,
I'm asking you.
I don't know if he claim he is or not.
But he's the one that's making all the Make America Slime clothing,
Yes.
and slime is language that is used by YSL members?
Yes. But you don't have to be YSL to say slime.
Right. But he's not just saying it, he's making clothing for it, right?
Right.
Now, there was a lot of questioning about ops being a common theme in in music generally. Do you remember that line of questioning?
Yeah.
And speaking about the ops, is that usually someone of an opposition to whoever's rapping about it in the music that you've heard?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Would you agree with me that when they're talking about ops in rap music or any genre, they're speaking about someone opposite of them, whether it's an enemy or another group or someone feuding, it's someone opposite of the person rapping?
Your op can be your baby mama or something. A lot of people make diss songs and talking about the baby mama, whoever you want to talk about your op here.
So even in that example, if the op is the baby mama, at that point in time, those two people are in disagreement with each other. Is that fair to say?
I guess. I don't know.
And with some of the songs that you've heard that talk about ops, in those instances, are you aware of people who are part of maybe that rapper's groups actually committing violence against the ops?
Hold on, say it again.
Sure. So they asked you about rappers who talk about the ops. Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
In those songs, if the rappers are talking about the ops, are you aware if there has been any violence towards the ops that they are referring or talking about?
In the songs, I don't know.
Sustain. He said he doesn't know anyway.
Sure. When you were asked
And
about,
what? And, oh,
go.
Go ahead and
and
ask
what?
your next.
What song? Like, what are you saying?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just ask your next question.
You were asked about whether you've seen athletes use the word slime or slat and wipe their nose. Do you remember being asked that question?
Yeah.
The athletes that you were thinking of, are any of them associated with the gang YSL?
I don't know what they're associated with.
Have you seen any of the athletes that you were thinking of in the Cleveland Avenue neighborhood?
I don't remember. I didn't see them on Cleveland. I just see them online doing it.
Okay. Now, you were asked about whether your songs are fictional. Do you remember being asked a series of questions about that?
Yes.
All right. In the song that we played, Where You From, do you talk about Cleveland Avenue?
Yeah, I think I said I'm from Cleveland Avenue.
Is that a fiction that you're from Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Huh?
No.
Okay. You talk about Little Rod in that song. Is that a real person?
Yeah.
So that's not fiction. Is that fair to say?
No.
Okay. You also talk about Big Boo in that song. Is that a real person?
Yeah, he a real person.
All right. You talk about Woody in that song. Is that real?
Is he a real person?
Yes.
Yeah, he a real person.
All right. You talk about Poke in that song. Is Poke a real person?
Yeah.
You talk about Shannon in that song. Is that a real person?
Yeah, he a real person.
You talk about Toonk in that song. Is that a real person?
Yeah.
So would you say that that song specifically is not a song that is fictional?
Answer.
Yeah, you can answer.
Can you answer the question again?
Sure. So would you say that there's portions of that song that are not fictional?
There is certain parts, like I guess the names are not fake.
You talked about Boo being called a rat. Is that something that was fictional?
Him being a rat is fictional, or
Being
him
called a rat.
Yeah,
Yes, that is fictional that he was called a rat.
he was called a rat.
So that's true.
Right.
Court's indulgence for in your experience or to your knowledge, do some rappers rap about their lived experiences or rap about crimes that they have committed in the past?
You said, do they rap about the crimes they have committed in the past?
Yes, to your knowledge.
I don't know if it's real or fake, what they did in their past or not. I don't know.
Court's indulgence for a moment.
All right, any recalls?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lee, you are free to go. We'll go ahead and take our lunch break right now. Let's plan to be back at, I think we can be back at 1:15. All right, with regard to timing, I haven't heard back from the other court, but they know we want Dr. Sullivan. Okay, great, thanks. And then hopefully we'll hear over the lunch break from Ms. Winfrey about that bench conference. So I'll update y'all when we return, assuming I've got that information by then. All right, see y'all back in an hour.